Dear one, if you've been bracing for life to take something away the moment it gives you something good, I want you to breathe with me, just for a moment. Let your shoulders soften, let your jaw unclench, let your heart stop standing guard, because I want you to hear this gently, and I want you to hear it clearly. You deserve all the good that comes to you, and if that sentence makes something inside you flinch, if you feel a little tightening in your chest, a little voice that says, "No, not me," that's okay. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're human. It means you've been learning a certain story for a long time. Many of us were raised in ways that taught us, sometimes directly, sometimes subtly, that we must earn goodness, that love must be worked for, that rest is a reward, not a right, that joy must be justified. And if we did receive something beautiful, we learned to hold it with fear, as if the universe might change its mind at any moment. Sweetheart, you are not wrong for feeling cautious. You have been protecting yourself the best way you knew how. And still, your heart longs for something softer. It longs to receive without apology. It longs to trust that life can be kind. So let me offer you a gentle hope. When you begin to shift your beliefs consistently, lovingly, your experience of life can begin to change, not as a magic trick, not as a guarantee, but as a natural response to a new inner relationship with yourself. Over time, with practice, you may discover that you don't have to fight so hard for good things. You can learn to allow them. And right now, in this moment, we begin simply. I invite you to whisper, even if you're not fully convinced yet, I deserve all the good that comes to me. Pause. Let it land. I deserve all the good that comes to me. And if you can't say I deserve yet, then start where you are. Start with honesty that still opens the door. I am willing to believe I deserve good. That willingness is powerful. A garden begins with a small seed, not a full bloom, just a beginning. I've learned something important in my life, and I want to share it with you in the most tender way. The belief in unworthiness is not the truth about you. It is a learned habit. It is an old program. It is a voice that was handed down, picked up, repeated, and practiced until it sounded like you. But it isn't you. You were not born feeling unworthy. A baby does not look up at the world and think, I should apologize for existing. A child reaches for love as naturally as a flower reaches for light. Somewhere along the way, many of us began to associate goodness with danger. If you were praised, maybe you were later criticized. If you were happy, maybe someone made you feel guilty. If you succeeded, maybe you were told not to get too big, not to shine too much, not to make others uncomfortable. And so the nervous system, the beautiful protective system in your body, learned a pattern. It learned, when good comes, brace. When love comes, be careful. When ease arrives, prepare for loss. Dear one, that bracing is not a character flaw. It is a survival strategy. And here's the healing truth. Survival strategies can be lovingly updated. I know what it feels like to hold an old belief and think it is permanent. I have been there. I have held thoughts that felt like stone. And I discovered that even stone can be worn smooth by water, gently, steadily, over time. The water is love. The water is kindness. The water is repetition of new thoughts until they become familiar. The mind learns through repetition. The heart learns through safety. The body learns through consistency. So today we are not forcing anything. We are not demanding that you suddenly feel worthy. We are simply beginning to tell the truth more often than the old story. Try this with me now. Put one hand on your heart, if that feels comfortable, and say slowly, It is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to receive. I allow good to come to me. And if tears come, that's okay. Tears are not failure. Tears are release. Tears are the river moving again. Now, there's another layer to this that is so important. Sometimes people think deservingness is something you prove by being perfect. They think, if I fix myself, then I'll deserve good. Sweetheart, you don't have to become perfect to deserve good. You are not a project that must be completed before you are allowed to be loved. You are not a test you must pass before life can support you. You are a living being, and life supports living things. The sun doesn't ask a tree if it earned the light. The rain doesn't demand a resume from the soil. Goodness is part of nature. Receiving is natural. When you struggle with worthiness, what you are often struggling with is permission. Permission to be human, permission to be imperfect, permission to be learning, permission to still receive. I want you to consider this. What if the good that comes to you is not something you take from others, but something that flows through life, something you are meant to participate in, like breathing, like seasons, like the tide? And yes, I know the mind can argue. It can say, but you don't know what I've done, or you don't know how many times I've failed, or you don't know how messy my thoughts are. Oh, sweetheart, I know the human heart. I know the ways we judge ourselves. I know the heavy shame people carry in silence. And I also know this: shame does not heal you. Shame does not improve you. Shame only makes you hide. Love is what heals. Love is what strengthens. Love is what helps you grow. So the practice is not become worthy. The practice is remember you are worthy, and then make choices from that remembrance, a little more each day. Let's make it practical. If today you receive a compliment, notice what happens inside you. Do you deflect? Do you joke it away? Do you say, oh, it was nothing? Try a new response just once. Try thank you. 2 simple words, thank you, and then breathe. Let the compliment sit inside you like warm sunlight. You don't have to argue with it. You don't have to earn it again. You simply receive it. This is how receiving begins, in small, gentle moments. And here's what I've come to understand. Many people don't resist goodness because they don't want it. They resist because they don't feel safe with it. Have you ever noticed how when things start going well, you suddenly become hyper alert? You start scanning for problems. You start expecting a bill, a conflict, a disappointment. And that's not because you're negative. That's because your system is trying to protect you from surprise pain. If the past taught you that happiness was followed by loss, you learn to brace before the loss arrives. But what if we could teach your body a new association? What if you could learn goodness can arrive and stay? Now, I'm not asking you to pretend nothing hard ever happens. Life is life. It has waves. It has wind. It has change. But you can learn to meet life from a steadier inner ground. You can learn to experience good without gripping it in fear. One of the gentlest practices I know is to practice receiving in your body, not just in your mind. Right now, take a slow breath in, and as you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in warmth, breathing in support, breathing in kindness. And as you breathe out, imagine you are releasing the belief, good things never last. Again, breathe in, life can be kind to me. Breathe out, I release my need to brace. You may notice resistance. That's okay. You're not doing it wrong. You're simply meeting an old pattern. When I first began doing this work, I noticed how my body would tighten even when I said something loving. I realized my system wasn't used to kindness. It felt unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel unsafe. even when it's good, so I stayed gentle. I stayed patient. I treated myself like a young child learning to trust again. And little by little, sweetheart, the body learns, the heart learns, the mind learns. Let yourself learn. Now let me share something beautiful. Worthiness is not only about receiving big things, it is also about allowing yourself small goodness without guilt. Some people can accept a paycheck, but they can't accept rest. Some people can accept love from a partner, but they can't accept help. Some people can accept praise, but they can't accept peace. Because the mind says, if I relax, I'm lazy. Or, if I receive, I'm a burden. Or, if I enjoy, I'm selfish. Sweetheart, that is the old voice of fear trying to run your life. Here is a new voice you can practice, a voice of love. It is okay for me to have ease. It is okay for me to be supported. It is okay for me to enjoy my life. I want you to imagine your worthiness like a candle. When a candle lights another candle, it does not lose its flame. It stays bright. It simply shares light. You receiving goodness does not take goodness away from someone else. In fact, when you receive with gratitude, you often create more goodness in the world. You become kinder. You become calmer. You become more generous, not from pressure, but from fullness. So let's practice this. Choose one small good thing today and let it be fully yours. It could be a cup of tea that you drink slowly. It could be 5 minutes of quiet without checking your phone. It could be stepping outside and letting the air touch your face. It could be saying no to something draining with a soft heart. And while you do it, say, I am allowed to enjoy this. I am allowed. I am allowed to enjoy this. This is not a luxury. This is nourishment. This is you learning to receive life. And here is another layer, dear one. Sometimes we struggle to receive because we have an old belief that we must suffer to be good. You may have learned that being a good person means being self-sacrificing, always giving, always accommodating, always taking the smaller piece, always saying yes. But love does not ask you to abandon yourself. Real love includes you. If you are always empty, always depleted, always running on fumes, you are not living from love. You are living from fear, fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of not being enough. And I say this with such compassion. You don't have to prove your goodness through exhaustion. You deserve all the good that comes to you, even if you set boundaries, even if you say no, even if you choose yourself. Boundaries are not walls that keep love out. Boundaries are doors that allow love in safely. A home without doors is not welcoming. It is exposed. A home with strong doors and open windows is a place of peace. So here is a practical practice for you. If you feel guilty for receiving, ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I accept this good? And then answer gently. Maybe you're afraid someone will judge you. Maybe you're afraid you'll disappoint someone. Maybe you're afraid you'll have to maintain a certain image. Then place your hand on your heart and say, I am safe to be myself. I am safe to receive support. I am safe to choose what nourishes me. This is how you untangle guilt. Not by fighting it, but by meeting it with truth and tenderness. I learned that when I stopped abandoning myself, life met me differently. People treated me differently. I treated me differently. And that is where everything begins, inside. Now let's talk about abundance in a way that is loving and realistic, because the good can mean many things. Love, friendship, creativity, peace, opportunities, financial support, healthful habits, guidance, inspiration. Abundance is not only numbers. Abundance is the feeling that life is allowed to help you. Many people try to change their outer life without changing their inner permission. They try to force abundance while secretly believing, I don't deserve it. And that inner belief can make them overlook opportunities, push away support, or sabotage progress. So the real work is gentle, aligning your beliefs with what you want to receive. If you want more support, practice receiving support in small ways. If you want more love, practice allowing love to be present without testing it. If you want more prosperity, practice relating to money with respect, gratitude, and calm, without panic or shame. And sweetheart, I must say this clearly. This kind of inner work is not a replacement for professional guidance. It's not financial advice, and it's not medical treatment. It is a way of caring for your mind and heart so you can make clearer, kinder choices and notice possibilities you may have missed before. Now, a simple abundance practice. When you spend money, instead of fearing it, try blessing it. Say quietly, thank you for supporting my life. And when money comes in, whether it's a paycheck, a gift, a refund, a small sale, practice receiving it without shrinking. Say, I receive this with gratitude. I receive. I receive with gratitude. Over time, many people find that this changes their relationship with life. They feel less desperate, less ashamed, more open, more empowered, and from that place, they often make better decisions. They show up differently. They notice opportunities. They create. They connect. That's how abundance grows, not by panic, but by permission. Now, sweetheart, I want to speak to the part of you that is afraid of disappointment, because sometimes the reason you don't fully allow good is simple. You don't want to hurt again. If you expect nothing, you think you'll be safe. If you don't hope, you think you won't fall. But dear one, a heart that never hopes is not safe. It is closed, and you were not made to live closed. You were made to live open with wisdom. So we're not asking you to be naive. We are asking you to be willing. Willing to let good in. Willing to believe you are worthy. Willing to trust yourself to handle life's changes. There's a big difference between trusting life to be perfect and trusting yourself to be supported within life. I want you to imagine your life like a river. Sometimes the river is calm, sometimes it moves quickly, sometimes it meets stones, but the river does not stop. It flows around what is in the way. You are like that river. You have moved through difficult things, and you are still here. That means you are capable. That means you are resilient. That means you can allow good without fear controlling you because you trust your own ability to respond. So try this affirmation slowly. I trust myself with the good. I trust myself with the good. I trust myself to receive. And if that feels too big today, soften it. I am learning to trust myself with the good. Learning is enough. Learning is a door opening. Now let's bring this into your daily life in a very practical way, because receiving is not just a concept, it's a practice. It's a way you speak, a way you breathe, a way you respond when life offers you something. Here are 3 simple moments to practice, starting today. First, when someone offers help. Notice your reflex. Do you say, no, I'm fine, even when you're not? Do you feel like accepting help makes you weak? Try saying, yes, thank you. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to apologize. You receive. Second, when you make a mistake. Notice if you punish yourself, call yourself names, replay it for hours. Try saying, I forgive myself, I am learning. Forgiveness is receiving too, receiving compassion. Third, when you look in the mirror. Instead of scanning for flaws, try offering one kind statement. It could be simple: I am here for you, or I am willing to love you, or you deserve good. This is not vanity, this is healing. And you may notice something very tender. The more you practice receiving kindness from yourself, the easier it becomes to receive kindness from life. Because life often mirrors our inner relationship. When we treat ourselves like we are valuable, we naturally make choices that honor that value. We say yes to what nourishes us. We say no to what drains us. We walk differently. We speak differently. We allow differently. So today, sweetheart, choose one receiving moment, just one. And let that be your seed in the soil. A seed does not demand a tree overnight. A seed simply keeps showing up. Sometimes we resist good because of another fear, the fear of shining. If you grew up in an environment where being seen led to criticism, you may have learned to hide. If you succeeded and someone became jealous, you may have learned to stay small. If you were joyful and someone called you too much, you may have learned to dim your light. But sweetheart, your light is not a threat. Your light is a gift, and you can shine with humility. You can receive goodness without arrogance. You can accept love and still be kind. You can thrive and still be compassionate. The world does not need you smaller. The world needs you healed. The world needs you whole. So here is a gentle permission statement. It is safe for me to be seen. It is safe. It is safe for me to receive good things. And I want you to remember, when good comes to you, you don't have to grip it. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to perform for it. You simply meet it with gratitude and presence. Like opening a window, you don't force the breeze, you simply let it in, and you deserve all the good that comes to you. Not because you are perfect, not because you never struggle, not because you have earned it through pain. You deserve it because you exist, because you are life expressing itself, because you are worthy of love by nature. And if your mind argues, that's okay. We don't fight the mind. We re-educate it. We bring it home. We teach it love again. Now, dear one, let's weave everything together. You've been listening, breathing, remembering. And the truth is simple. Even if it takes time to fully feel, receiving is your birthright. As you practice new thoughts, you may begin to notice changes. You may feel calmer. You may notice you stop pushing away compliments. You may catch yourself before a spiral. You may feel more open to opportunities. You may choose relationships that honor you. These are real shifts. These are meaningful shifts. These are the signs of a life that is beginning to trust itself. And if you have a day where you fall back into the old story, be gentle. That's part of learning. You don't punish yourself for being human. You simply return. Return to the truth. Return to your breath. Return to love. Now, I want to offer you a final practice, something you can carry into your day like a warm stone in your pocket. Take a breath in, slowly, and as you breathe out, soften your shoulders. Now repeat after me softly, like a lullaby for your heart. I am willing to receive. I am willing to receive. I deserve all the good that comes to me. I deserve all the good that comes to me. It is safe for me to receive love. It is safe for me to receive support. It is safe for me to receive opportunities. It is safe for me to receive peace. And if you want to add one more, add this. I trust myself with the good. Yes, because you are capable, you are learning, you are growing, and you are not alone in this. So many hearts are learning the same lesson, that love is not something we beg for, it is something we allow. So go gently, sweetheart. Go kindly. Go with your heart a little more open than it was before. And when good comes, when someone smiles at you, when life offers you a moment of ease, when an opportunity appears, when support arrives, pause, breathe, and say with a quiet smile, I receive. I receive with gratitude. I deserve all the good that comes to me.